Hey, welcome to Second Shift Review. I'm Ethan. Joining me today is my lovely wife, Ashley. Today we're doing a trailer action for Persuasion, trailer number 1. If you want to see the trailer with that, link description below. So this is the new adaptation from Jane Austen
Don't we just
novel.
watch the
This is
trailer?
an exclusive Netflix movie.
I thought this was a teaser. Was this a teaser at one point?
I don't know,
Maybe I've seen the stuff about it,
maybe.
but I haven't seen.
This has
Haven't they just did?
Dakota Johnson in it.
Didn't they just do a movie with Jane Austen?
They've done a bunch, I don't know.
No, I'm talking about recently. Oh no, that's something else I'm thinking of. Never mind. It was a OETA show. Never
Are
mind.
you ready to watch this?
Yes.
This is up your alley. I mean, you're a big Jane Austen fan.
Mhm.
You like Pride and Prejudice a whole bunch.
Which I'm still technically reading. It's just taking me 10 years to read, but we'll make it through.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
I almost got married once. There were no two souls more in rhythm than Wentworth and I. And I was persuaded by my family to give him up.
My father,
Exquisite jawline.
he's never met a reflective surface he didn't like. And my sisters.
I'm just too kind, Anne. That's my problem. I give all of my attention to others and then I suffer for it.
Where are your children?
How should I know?
I would have been a far happier woman in keeping him than I have been in giving him up.
It's been 7 years.
8.
Darling, at some point, you have to move on.
There'll be special guest tonight.
Gallant Captain Wentworth. Is it true he's devastatingly handsome?
Look at me, I'm Captain Wentworth and I am handsome.
Captain, meet Anne.
Actually, we've met. Long ago, not before I was handsome.
Your face has matured. Your hair remains intact.
Your hair is also suitably appropriate.
You still have jam on your face.
Now we're worse than exes. We're friends.
Frederick!
Perfect.
Pardon me. I think I'm in your way.
Perhaps you can correct that.
Can I help you with something?
Considering what I'd like help with, probably not.
Do I sense a romance brewing?
He must be after something.
Why are you so suspicious?
I am willing to work for my titles.
Imagine my luck. A flirt and a hard worker.
Oh, don't forget Rich.
How is it that life without warning become flooded with so much newness? I broke his heart. I don't want you to be angry.
What would you want me to be? I know how much he values your friendship.
I didn't know if I'd ever see you again, or if you knew how much I cared.
Time makes many changes.
And not yet so much change. Don't let anyone tell you how to live. Or who to love.
It looks terrible. You hate it.
Can you tell?
Yep. So, what do you hate about it?
Nothing. I love that last one though. And I don't know about much about Persuasion. I know that there's been a lot of. I've seen one. I think it was into a mini series once. I've seen, that I've partially seen. I think I've seen. I haven't really seen the adaptation of Persuasion, but there's been several made. But it seems everything Jane Austen. I mean, for what you want, the movie is going to be different than the book. But in her books, there's a sense of, she never got. I mean, I would say she got her fairy tale because she wanted to write, but she didn't get the love of her life. And that last bit, no one can tell you who to love. No one can tell you who to, So she, of course, this is just why a little bit I know of her, which I'm no expert, but she, had a chance to find love, but it all comes down to sometimes she didn't have money, and sometimes you have to marry and be in a certain situation, but I think she lives through her writing, and it's very poetic, and there's a sense of humor about it. I mean, if you watch Pride and Prejudice, there's always kind of a narration.
Yeah.
I feel like it's important when you're doing a film. When you're adapting a film.
There's a lot of dialogue and stuff from the main
Yes.
character that you're missing out on.
But this, I love it. I mean, it's exciting. I don't know if it's up there with Pride and Prejudice. I'm not saying it's not, because I love that adaptation of Pride and Prejudice,
The newest one.
the 2004 one.
Yeah.
Because I felt that was very similar in just how
Not
her.
zombies.
Don't even get me there. Don't even. I tried to watch that, and that made absolutely. Don't even. No, it's not. I remember when it came out, it was like, oh, you gotta be kidding me. I did give it a chance, and I did try. I really did I not? And then after I was like, no, no. I just can't. I mean, it was just. That's another.
Yeah.
But, I mean,
So you're definitely going to watch this?
Oh, yeah, I'll be the first ticket in line. I mean, there's a narration, in that comical, you know, and like in Pride.
Lighthearted, witty.
Yes, and her humor that she has in 2004 adaptation of Pride and Prejudice. It was through her writing, that the character wrote.
Yeah.
And she kind of narrated that way. There's different types of narration.
Kind of thing.
Yeah, narration, and like Elizabeth really just wrote in her. But I'm glad to see Persuasion. I have yet to read it. I'm still working through Pride and Prejudice. Because it is a very different dialogue from a different time, and it's not an easy read.
Yeah.
There's a lot of, things, but seeing these movies and film and TV shows really help me understand. Like Sedition is another uncompleted show I'm just recently watching, and there's just something about just how she stands up for women making their own right decisions back during her time.
Yeah.
And like women can have it all. Success and love, and it's not just about finding love or with finding Mr. Darcy or finding your Darcy. It's about finding the person you are inside.
Yeah.
The girl or the woman you are inside. And that's what I love so much about her strong characters.
Yeah.
So, what did you think?
It's fine.
Not really. No zombies.
It doesn't look dumb. The acting looks well done.
Yes, Dakota.
The period, the time, the
seems
clothing and everything looks well done. Looks like they really tried.
And there's a sense of humor about it as well.
It could come off corny and stuff, and
which some of them have.
Kind of making fun of, kind of, but I don't get that impression.
No, which there
and
has been.
It's Netflix, so it's kind of surprising that it's so, in my opinion, it's so well done that it's Netflix.
Yeah, I forgot that was a Netflix.
I don't know.
So this is not going to be on theaters, is it?
No, it'll be on Netflix in like 3 weeks.
Okay, so because it said July, and I was like, oh, and I didn't get that. Like, Netflix really took their time and really,
tried.
Yes, and now, I'm not saying, no offense to Emma, that was an okay film adaptation. I'm not saying it wasn't horrible, but it wasn't what I loved. I mean, Emma is...
It's a different story.
It is, but it's also can be corny, like you said, and I felt it was a little corny, but it wasn't awful. But I'm hoping this is a little bit more romantic, but that's what I like.
Yeah. So tell us what you think in the comments. If you like, share, subscribe, and we'll catch you next time.
Thank you for watching the video. Make sure to leave a like, leave a comment, and subscribe. Now.